show you what is in my bag because I am headed to Chiang Mai with my friend Derek.
Hi.
AKA Society is Backwards, Fatty Bish, or whatever he comes up with in the future. His name's Derek though, he's my friend. We're going to have a sweet time in Chiang Mai. So we were just going over what the dimensions of what we're allowed to bring on the flight ahead of time so that we want smooth sailing, right? No issues with flying. And if you've flown before, sometimes it's a fucking hassle, right? So yeah, we're trying to avoid all that. Anyway, so because we have such limited space, we have to be mindful of what we're bringing in our bag, and consider what we're going to need or what I'm going to need on my trip, right? And if it's comfortable enough to move around and travel around, right? If you're backpacking, which I am. So yeah, let's break down what's in my bag and hopefully it's entertaining, informative, and I don't bore you too much. But here we go. So first things first. This is too big to take on the flight and to put in the overhead carry-on. So I've traveled before, and you're allowed to take a personal item, which it has to fit under the seat, right? As you've traveled, you know all this already. International flights, I think, are a little bit more strict, which just fine, but you just have to be more considerate of what you're bringing. Anyway, so right there, by taking out my laptop, which of course I need if you're a digital nomad or if you need things like that, obviously, right? Your laptop's important. Anyway, so this is very squishy to begin with, so it's easy to throw up into the overhead. You can push it down, and hopefully there's no issues with the dimensions. Weight is something to consider as well, but we shall roll with the punches, right? We do martial arts right here, so we're gonna roll with the punches. Let's see what we got in here. So my laptop, right? It's this is just all my technology stuff. So I'm just gonna show you what I got. This is a solar power bar or power. Can't remember what it's called.
Power bank.
Power bank. Thank you, Derek. Power bank, right? So it's important to have. So it charges your devices and solar powered, right? It also plugs in, and it's just extra power so that if you're out and about, in case of emergency, there's plenty of uses. But yeah, so power bank. Item number 1. Next to the laptop, I guess, is item number 2. I got pencils and pens because
you need to fill out forms on the airplane.
You need forms and shit. Yeah, also I write lyrics and shit too. So obviously, I'm not explaining why you need a pen. Then I got this here. These are just cables for all this shit too. This is earbuds, right? Again, this space is important, right? So this tiny little thing, they're wireless Bluetooth earbuds, right? There we go. I also have a microphone, although I have Derek, when Derek is much higher level production quality. He's producing this video right now. He's a camera man, photographer, videographer, artist. The list goes on. He's great at what he does. Anyway, this is simple. It's a $5 patch mic for doing whatever I want to do. Because we plan to make videos and stuff. And there will be a period where we're going to part ways. So just got to have the tools that I need as well.
How big is your laptop? How many inches is your laptop?
I think my laptop is... so if you didn't hear that, hopefully you heard that. He asked what size my laptop is, and it's I think 15 or 17 inches. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. There's my laptop there. Stickers. You need stickers for cool factor.
Probably 17.
17.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure even what this is.
This is, I need this laptop because it's for video editing. So that's the reason I got this one. And it's a doozy, but it does powerful shit, which is, in order to edit videos and stuff, I need that.
This one's 13. That's probably 15.
13, yeah. This 15 or 17. But it is fairly big. But you gotta do what you gotta do. And then, let's see what else we got. So the videos for when I'm shooting videos, I'll go over what that is here in a sec. I just got this little GoPro, right? So it's just a GoPro Hero 7, silver. And, yeah, it does the trick. I turn it on. It's small in size, right? I can do vlogs. That's the trick. Then this is really important. So when you're doing international travel, hopefully you can see this, but it is a, what's this called, Derek, again?
Power adapter?
Power adapter, yeah. It's also got USB ports. Basically it's for outlets, right? Because there's different outlets in the world, and this is a universal one, so it works anywhere in the world. Highly recommend it. And necessary, right? I'm going to Chiang Mai for yoga teacher training, and this is one of the requirements that they told me to bring. There's a few things, and I'll go over what those things are as I break this down. What I did I talk about everything? Yeah, okay. Then I get anxiety, so this is just a fidget spinner. Helps to alleviate my anxiety, in case I need it. Locks, right? If I ever need to lock something, it makes it feel secure, right? Don't take chances, right? Couple locks there. This is just, I might not even bring this. It's just a little handy little tool. It's more just a bottle opener. I
don't think you get that on the plane.
I have gotten this on the plane, but if they ask me not to, it's not that important. It's just in my bag. But I have traveled with that in...
domestic flights?
Domestic flights, thank you, yeah. So, obviously I got my clothes and stuff. Here's my passport wallet. It's got my passport and important things. It zips up. It's big. You can't lose it. Right? You don't want to lose your passport. I think that's obvious. Flip-flops. I'm going to Thailand.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah, I don't need to explain that. Belt, you know? It's my black belt. No, I'm just joking. Rain jacket. Okay? Everything, so like, we were just watching a video that is about, what do you call those things again?
Packing cubes?
Packing cubes. So, that's the next level, right? If you're fancy, you got disposable income or whatever. If you got those resources, you got that available to you, by all means, if that's your thing. Now, if you don't, and you're just a regular backpacker type, like myself, you can roll things up and get them small, right? So that they're easy to pack anyway. Rain jacket, because in Thailand they have rain season, even though we're not going during rain season. I don't think. I haven't been, but we'll find out. That was a recommendation, again, by the yoga school that I'm going to. Yoga towel, and just towel in general. But this one is for Yoga Dimensions, and they brought it. It's just, if you're sweating a lot during your yoga practice, you don't want to be slipping on your mat. Anyway, that's a yoga towel. So clothes and stuff. But again, before we get to the clothing, here is, I'll show you what this is. I can't remember, I fucking wish I knew what the name was, but it is, again, for the yoga school and the yoga recommendation. they say it's for staying warm, because surprisingly, I think it can get chilly at certain hours when the sun goes down. So yeah, and during meditation. It also helps with the bugs, they said, but it's basically just like a
parka
throw over blanket for your meditation. It's actually pretty sweet. It's kind of like a house coat. I've been wearing it at home. It's warm and it's nice. It's cool. But you see, it's fairly big, and how I just rolled it up. I'm not going to demonstrate that right now, but it's pretty simple. You just lay it flat, fold it, roll as tight as you can get it. And if there's a hood, it's nice because you can tuck it into the hood and it stays secure like this, which this does. It's not always the case, and it's not necessary, but keep that in mind. I'm trying to educate, entertain, and inform around here. You know what I'm saying? And just as I'm on just riffing here, like, we plan to try to film as much of this as possible, and or at least as comfortable. We're going to try to share some experiences, so if you haven't subscribed, and leave a comment on your own experiences, right? Leave a like, follow, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Helps us, helps the algorithms, and makes us making more, right? We're trying to create a community around here. So these are just underwear. I don't need to explain underwear. But these are compression shorts, and they're great for training, right? I do martial arts and Muay Thai, yoga. Compression shorts keeps everything together. You wicks the sweat away. It's nice to have, right? It also serves as bathing suit, underwear, whatever you want. Some shorts, right? I'm not going to explain what shorts are, but I should tell you how much I'm bringing. So I got 3 pairs of compression shorts, right? Which is plenty for training. I don't want to be doing too much laundry, but at the same time, it's fairly easy to do laundry once a week, I think. You know, that's what I do at home, so why can't I do that there? And then 4 pairs of underwear. I mean, if I have diarrhea and like soil all of them, it's gonna be a rough trip.
They have stores there. It's fine. We'll get you hooked up.
No, but that's plenty, is what I'm saying.
Don't go ruin your underwear, man.
Yeah, you don't want to ruin your underwear. And always something to keep in mind is you can get things along your trip, right? So it's important to actually pack space, which doesn't necessarily always make sense, but have space available, right? If you need something along the way, you can grab it. So I think what I'm trying to say is don't overpack. So pairs of shorts, how many pairs of shorts I got? I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I brought some with pockets, right? Kind of cargo shorts with pockets. You know, it's good to be prepared, right? Like if you don't have good pockets and you're trying to go somewhere, you don't want to get pickpocketed, right? Shit happens. Another thing is zip pockets, right? These are things to consider. But shit, how many pairs of shorts I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pairs of shorts. Again, might be excessive. Might reduce that. But as of right now, it does fit, and that's why we're doing this. We're just going over what we got. And one thing specific to Thailand. Again, this is what the yoga school, which by the way is Yoga Samaadhi, Chiang Mai. Shout out to them. Is they told me to bring, like in Thailand, I guess obviously there's it's important to respect the culture, and I shall learn as I go. But for the ceremony that I am going to, they have an opening ceremony and a closing ceremony, and in that they've asked that I wear long sleeve and white, right? So I got a long sleeve shirt and a long sleeve pants to represent new beginnings, right? There's all kinds of things to do with white that you know, it's significant to certain cultures, and that's to be respected. Also, when you go into temples and stuff, I believe that you can't have exposure, right? Which is important, right? I'm not trying to be disrespectful in any way. So yeah, that is something that I need for this trip specifically. By the way, it's also very lightweight material, because that's to be considered, because you're going to a tropical environment. From what I've learned, it's very hot there, and of course you gotta pack for it. If I'm going to Greenland or Iceland or on a skiing trip or something, obviously I'm gonna be packing different things, right? Now look what I got inside my bag. Is I got a backpack, a small backpack for doing excursions, going through the city, stuff like that. It's like my purse. Okay, I like to carry shit on my bag, or on my back, in my bag, right? And worst case scenario, I could use 2 bags, right? But the intention is to have everything on my back for convenience, and that's how I like to roll. So I've squished that down and just packed it at the very bottom of my bag, right? It adds a couple inches, which not that big a deal. So
Everyone needs a couple more inches.
Sometimes I like to throw a little shit like that on my bags to just identify it, right? But through experience, you learn stuff like that. Because, I mean, sometimes there's similar bags. It's sometimes even the exact same. So if you haven't identified it or labeled it in a way, not that I'll be checking my bag or anything, but it's just, I'm like, that's my bag. I know that's my bag. Okay, then I got a few shirts here. And when I get to Thailand, I'm going to get some martial shirts. Just because they got great prices. I'm into Muay Thai. They got shirts that I want and want to do some shopping, you know. So I'll get that there. And it saves me weight on the flight. It saves me space, all that. That being said, you need clothes. So here we go. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 t-shirts. Okay, 2 that are dry fit for like exercising. Like I said, I'm going to do a yoga teacher training, so they'll be fairly intensive, I think. So it's good to have something to comfortably exercise in. Same with I plan on doing Muay Thai while I'm there. And then I got 2 just kind of normal t-shirts. And like I said, I plan on buying some there. I got also some more dressy stuff. I like to wear dress shirts that roll up, and they're lightweight too, so those kind of serve as t-shirts too if I'm going out on the town or whatever. So I think that pretty much wraps up the clothing, right? And but there's a couple other things that I shall show you. This is really cool. This is a collapsible water bottle. So it unfolds, boom. Now I got my 500 liters of water, or whatever beverage of my choice. But water is the way I like to go. And yeah, that's just important to have. You gotta stay hydrated. And the beauty of this, also, there's a secret tip that Derek actually told me, is you can also, if you're in a pinch or whatever, you don't have something like this, you can crush a normal water bottle, right? And get all the air out of it, and it's basically the same thing. And then go and blow it back up when you need it. But yeah, you just have to have, there's an element of survival with when you're backpacking or traveling. It's just preparedness, right? It's not necessarily survival, but being prepared. You have to be prepared to survive, right? In case something happens. Survive the airport, if you will. Survive your flight. This is for the GoPro. In case it's waterproof, this thing here floats. So if I do any surfing, or if I'm in a pool and I want to film, if I want to do anything water related, This is it's just a little attachment for the GoPro. I doubt I'll do anything vlogging with it, and the reason being is because this doesn't capture any audio. This is not the ideal vlogging camera. I'm aware of that. If you're not aware of it, and you're doing specific vlogging and stuff, it's not ideal. All I have, it's small, it's convenient. It does have its purpose. It's good for action shots and shit like that. But yeah, just a small mental note. This case, it just completely destroys the audio. Almost like everything's underwater. Okay, and then in this, I got just a few things that, again, I need. So this here is a mosquito net thing, because I'm going to the jungle. I'm going into the mountains of Chiang Mai. So you have to be prepared, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's diseases that you can catch from mosquitoes. Now, they're not that common. You can reduce the likelihood of contracting these diseases. They can be lethal. So this is something to consider. Also, it's very uncomfortable to be covered in mosquito bites, but the less that you're bitten, the less of your chances, right? I'm not an expert in that, but I'll just leave it at that. I got these because
Because we're on Survivor, baby!
we're on Survivor. I gotta keep the hair out of my face, you know? They're headbands. I got two. I don't know why I got two, but...
one for each team on Survivor!
Yeah, one for each team on Survivor.
This guy's got his buffs!
Yeah, headbands. I've worn these before, and like you can always do this too, like put them on your wrist. I mean, not that you need to know that, but for people with hair, it's not a concern of Derek's at all. But
I got a different concern: sunburns.
yeah, he's got. See, we all got our own personal differences and needs, which is great. And then this is just like, if it gets too crazy, the heat's killing me, if the sun's killing me, if I'm outside, again, I'm in the jungle, so like, it doesn't hurt to be prepared. This is just the reason I got this, I used to work on dragon boats, so I would be on the water from dusk until dawn, and like, I've learned how to kind of survive the heat in like, places like Florida, Alabama, Virginia, just like, it gets crazy. The sun's not to be fucked with. If you get crazy sunburns, like it ruins your time, straight up. These are just insect repellent wipes, but I just had these in my bag from previous trips. I will get, again, when I get there, I will get bug spray. That's a necessity. I'm going to the jungle of Chiang Mai, like I said. So that, and then also sunscreen. But I do have just some, this is probably not effective. This is baby sunscreen. So like, I might not even bring this, but again, I will get, it's too big, was what Derek's saying. So I'm going to get sunscreen there. I'll leave that out. It's a little bit weight too. And then I got some polysporin. Again, this was in my bag from previous trips. If they ask me to get rid of it, I'll get rid of it, and I'll get it there, right? It's not a make or break deal. That was just shit that I had in my bag from previous trips. And then last but not least, Traveler's Guide. Like, baby wipes are like great to have if you're roughing it and you don't have a shower. Like, these are pretty like, they're nice to have, right? I don't really need to explain them, but like, if you don't have them, and
nobody wants to be that smelly dude,
yeah, you don't
man.
be smelly. Like, it's just, you're not a baby, but like, you want to stay cleanly.
You need hygiene, man. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, keep up on your hygiene, right? So, deodorant. Here's another tip. If you're going to a place with a lot of mosquitoes, you want to reduce your scent, right? That scent attracts bugs and mosquitoes and shit like that. So, yeah, don't be wearing cologne in the jungle. That's silly. Like Derek's saying this is too big, but I'll get traveler sizes if it's a concern, and it also reduces the weight. Right, they weigh your bag, and you have specific dimensions that you have to keep. But and here we go. I got the dimensions right here that I can share with you. So is this is 15 pounds? Oh yeah.
15 pounds or 7 kilograms, yeah?
Yeah, true. So, yeah, the weight has to be within 15 pounds, right? Obviously, I mean, not obvious, but I would assume most people would maximize their capacity, right? The height is 22 inches, right? So your bag has to be 15 pounds, 22 inches, 9 inches deep. I think that's like the width, right? So, or not the width, but the depth. That dimension there, and then width is 14 inches. So to reiterate, this is flying with the airline that we are.
Eva Air.
To Chiang Mai on an international flight. It's 15 pounds, 22 inches tall, 9 inches deep, 14 inches wide. And that is essentially everything that is in my bag for my Thailand trip. Actually, there's a couple things that I think is worth mentioning to do with. So obviously you need money, right? And it's not necessarily to do with my wallet, but to carry cash is important, right? Especially depending on where you go. Not everywhere, as you start to expand into international territory, right? Obviously you have to use the currency that where you're going. So in Thailand they use Thai baht. Anyway, you can easily exchange within the country, and it's actually recommended because you get better exchange rates. That being said, you want to travel with cash, right? Whatever's comfortable for you. I wouldn't overdo it because you increase the risk of you can lose it, right? Nice to have a bank, but this is what I did want to talk about real briefly was there's this. It's a Wise card, right? It's previously known as TransferWise, and it's
not affiliated, not sponsored.
Yeah, it's not sponsored at all. But it's convenient to use, and you can. I'm fairly new with it, but. Yeah, you can easily transfer currencies, and it's accepted pretty much, I think, everywhere. And they have these nice little Visa cards. So
it's an aggressive Keller.
Yeah, it's what?
It's an aggressive Keller.
Yeah, it's lime green.
All right, I like it.
Yeah, you're not gonna lose it. So yeah, and then you can do your banking within that, and that's how I've paid so far. There's different ways to pay, right? Like I said. Sometimes banks, they're not compatible. So you have to find different ways, and we live in a world now where it's getting better, right? The convenience and the transactions, there's less of a hassle. But also, it's nice to have multiple sources of money, or like where your money is located, right? So, cash in a bank, in multiple banks, right? And then you can move your funds around in that manner. But I think I've mostly covered what is in my bag for going to Chiang Mai. You can just say it would...
Fidget spinner?
Fidget spinner, I talked about that.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He was just talking about the fidget spinner. I can briefly talk about anxiety, right? One of the reasons that I want to go to Chiang Mai is to do some inner work and work on myself. Fidget spinners are nice. Like if I'm in a vehicle, sometimes I get anxiety as a passenger. So yeah, I find that soothes me. It's weird. I don't need to go too in depth with that, but when I'm driving, it's fine. When I'm not, sometimes I'm like, holy fuck. But regardless, anyway, another thing that helps with that type of stuff is mantras. The power of your mind, right? Anxiety is an illusion, right? It's all created and fabricated within your mind. So knowing that and having a mantra, right, in Eastern practices and stuff, you just repeat something and you basically program your mind in new ways. So if you're having trouble with, like if I don't feel safe, and I start using a mantra where I feel safe, grounded, happy, at ease, protected, these types of things, it's amazing what effect that actually has on your mind, right? So if you find that you're within your own mind have negative thoughts or whatever, you can reprogram your mind in new ways, and you don't have to be stuck in your depression or your anxiety, right? It's just a small mental health note, and I think it's important to discuss, because I think a lot of people struggle with it and they don't express themselves, they don't talk about it, they bottle it in, and that wreaks havoc. It's not healthy. So express yourself, love yourself, and I will be on the flip side. Catch the rest of these videos. We got another episode of What's in My Bag with Derek too, which I will potentially link. We'll make it available, but yeah, so check out what's in his bag as well.
It's semen.
Oh, please.